Hi there, it's Angela from North Carolina. And why don't you join me while I make some delicious baked beans. These are the best baked beans, and I think you're going to love them too. They have my secret ingredient, which instead of brown sugar like most baked beans, we are going to use grape jelly. So the first thing I'm going to do is heat up my sauce that I'm going to be adding to my beans. You can use whatever beans are on sale, whatever beans are in your pantry. I've got Bush vegetarian beans. So you use 4 ounces of your grape jelly. So I'm going to put in 4 ounces. And my grape jelly is going to start to melt. And just like with regular baked beans, I'm going to add a shot of ketchup. I should have used a smaller pan. I just like to use these old-timey Revereware pans when I make a sauce because they're so thin. They heat up quickly. I'm adding some mustard. I would say that was half a tablespoon, but not quite. So I've got my jelly, mustard, and ketchup. And I already got cut up some celery, bell pepper, and white onion. And I'm going to put it in here and let it cook for just a tiny bit to kind of take that raw edge off of the vegetables. Let me turn my veggies down. So that was my onion. I'm throwing in my chopped up celery. And the jelly's melting. And then in this little container, I have chopped up bell pepper. This is a really old recipe from way back that people used to do with the green pepper, the celery, and the onion. And you could add ground beef, and it makes a complete dinner. It used to be all the rage at covered dishes and church suppers and things. But we don't put the meat in it anymore. I never did for myself, just for other people. So here I've got some of my bell pepper is a little bit too big. Let me get it a little bit smaller. I used an electric chopper and didn't really check it like I should have. So I'm going to turn that up just a little bit. And first I'm going to grab a container to put that in to bake it. So I'm going to cook this for just a couple minutes. There's another great big piece of bell pepper. I guess I need glasses. At least I noticed it. See how big that one is? Oh, all the onion and celery is just perfect. That's so funny. So this is cooking just a little bit. And like with regular baked beans, I'm going to cook this on low heat. I cook mine on about 300 for a good hour. But if you're in a hurry, of course, you can turn them up. But I think baked beans just taste better if they cook for a while. So you see here, my jelly has melted with my ketchup and mustard. I'm going to throw in just a tiny little bit of black pepper. And this is also when you could add salt. I don't salt food if I can help it because there's salt in my beans. So here go my vegetarian beans. And let's see how much salt's in here. 560 milligrams per serving. So yeah, I don't think I need to add salt. So let me throw in these beans. Like I said, use any bean that you have. Any baked bean is fine. And we came up with this recipe. You remember when the grape jelly meatballs for parties were the big thing. So we just kind of switched it to our baked beans from meatballs. And you can use any jelly. It doesn't have to be grape. We just like grape with it. But just if you have apple jelly, you could use that. I've never done it with strawberry. So there we go. I just added my beans to my vegetables and my jelly mixture I made up. See it? Isn't that pretty? And let's pour it in. And I'm not going to put a lid on this. I'm going to cook it without a lid. I just like the way that I just like the way it does the flavors. And then at the very end, I'll put foil or a lid on top. See how pretty that looks? So I'm going to put that in the oven. And then I'm going to show you one that I just made. I'm going to put one in our freezer. Might be too hot for me to touch. Let me see. It is hot. So can you see how pretty it is? And I'm going to, ooh, it's too hot to touch, I think. Isn't that good? So this is my celery, my bell pepper, my onion with my grape jelly. And this could cook a little bit longer. I'm actually going to put it back in. I would like for a little bit more of my juices to be absorbed by these beans. But just to be sure, let me taste it and see. It's hot and delicious. Let's put it back in the oven. So they had cooked about 45 minutes, which really was not long enough, obviously. So I was right. 300 at an hour makes, and listen, you can shake up your beans. You can put in a can of northern beans, a can of kidney beans with your baked beans, 2 or 3 beans. I just sometimes will mix up whatever kind of beans I've got. So try the grape beans and see what you think. Let me know in the comments below. Bye-bye.